let you rot in here! What?
Burns right there, right? Where you go, you just hear them falling everywhere. Yeah, they're literally everywhere.
Uploaded on October 14, 2020, YouTuber Jake Duffner released Twisty's bloody campground set in a forest inspired by rural Pennsylvania. Known for his eerie horror skits, Duffner and his friends began a simple camping trip, but by nightfall, fiction and reality seemed to blur.
We're getting the tent set up now. Yo, but hey, we gotta hurry up because we don't got much daylight going. Okay. So legend has it, Twisty the Clown was a brother of Calvin McGinley. Or Calvin? Serial killer. The McGinley family, they're obviously a whole mentally deranged family, and he hated his family. So he ended up fleeing his own family. He became Twisty the Clown. And coming from a family that's eating people, so he's a serial killer clown. The VHS tape that says the address that we are at right now, I went on Google Maps, found the coordinates, and that's where we are. So if there is anybody in this woods, it's not a little girl with a deer head. It is clowns. He fled and started a new life. I don't know if there's multiple clowns or just him or what's going on.
No, that's so
but
you're
if there's
that's
anybody
100%?
in this woods, it's clowns. Yeah, that's the story. You guys hearing that?
Jake, I'm really scared. I can't be here. I'm like
He's
freaking
definitely just
out.
messing
There,
around.
even
I'm
the
not
little
buying it.
noises.
Yeah, but that's 100% Paul playing a prank on us.
What if it's not?
It is. Are you kidding me?
I'm so scared.
It's Paul and Mason. They got a little clown costume probably. Paul, where's Mason? Take that thing off, bro. It's not funny, bro. Yo?
Jake,
What?
get Ashley and get your friend and get the hell out of there. There's clowns everywhere.
The video begins with a chilling narration about 7384 Lynchwood Drive, said to be haunted by the legend of Twisty the Clown, once Ronald McGinley, a child from a cannibal family who vanished into the woods. Jake and his friends arrive at Enchanted Acres, an abandoned campsite hidden in dense forest. They unpack gear joke about missing equipment and call their friend Kyle to bring an extra tent. As night falls, they build a fire and start telling ghost stories. Jake then reveals something unsettling coordinates he found on a VHS tape from the McGinley house lead directly to where they are camping. He warns that if someone walks through the forest tonight, it won't be human. Not long after, footsteps echo in the dark. Then faint laughter. Jake calls out, assuming it's Paul or Mason, until his phone rings. Paul's terrified voice whispers, "There are clowns everywhere." Jake freezes. Slowly, he turns his flashlight toward the trees. A masked clown stands several feet away, motionless. The beam flickers. Then chaos. The group screams, scattering into the dark. Jake's camera tumbles as he's tackled to the ground.
I think I saw more than one clown. Oh my god, there's like more stuff there. Regroup. Let's freaking find out what Paul is. Yeah, turn the lights off, turn the lights off. Hey Paul, is that you? Oh my god. Oh.
Hi! What are you guys doing?
Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh. Where is he? Oh! Yo, run, 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 run!
What are you doing in my woods?
The next shots are erratic, heavy breathing, scraping metal, and the sound of chains. When the footage steadies, he's inside a metal cage, locked in a shed lit by a single bulb. A clown walks in laughing softly, tapping the bars with a knife.
I'm gonna let you rot in here. I'm gonna go get your pretty little friends.
Hey! Yo, it's me! Yo! Where you guys at? I don't have a light, I can't see where I'm going.
Jake, come on, cross me. Let's go.
Dude, I cannot see anything, I couldn't walk through. Dude, the clowns are gone.
We gotta go, and we're gonna.
There's a trail, dead ahead, dead ahead.
Sprint, absolute
Sprint,
full
go.
on sprint.
Doors open.
Should we go? Yeah.
Go.
Let's go.
Go. Go.
Go.
Go. Run. Here. Go, 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 go. Go, this is the trail. This is the trail, 100%. Oh, oh.
It's your car, watch.
Jake calls for help, but no one answers. Moments later, the clown leaves. Jake kicks the lock repeatedly until it breaks. He escapes, limping through the woods until he spots a faint light ahead, his friends hiding inside an old cabin. They barricade the doors, whispering plans to run. Then footsteps approach again, slow, deliberate, circling the house. With no other choice, they burst outside, sprinting through the forest. The camera shakes violently as distant laughter follows until the screen cuts to black. Viewers later pointed out clues, the phone showing Paul Calvin missing scenes from earlier videos and the returning clown masks. Was it an elaborate horror skit, or evidence of something Jake never intended to capture? So what do you believe was Twisty's bloody campground, just another act? Or did something truly sinister emerge from the trees that night? Whatever it was, the next case may be even harder to explain. Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. Uploaded on June 1st, 2024. YouTuber Sydney shared Don't Go to the Sawtooth Mountains in May, a solo camping trip through Idaho's Sawtooth Mountains that didn't go as planned. Known for her calm travel vlogs on Sydney's State of Mind, this time, her peaceful journey became a quiet reminder of how quickly nature can turn.
Hi! From the side of the road in the Sawtooth Mountains. Actually, it might be the Salmon River Mountains. I still have to go find camp, but I thought I'd show you these beautiful mountains. I've just been chilling at camp since I got here, but I think I'm gonna do like my stretching / workout routine. When I was up there getting my in, I swear to God, I heard a rattlesnake from over there. Like across the road over there. I think I'm gonna Google what a rattlesnake sounds like, but I'm pretty sure it was a rattlesnake. Snake situation. It actually, I don't think it is a rattlesnake. It might have been, but I listened to some more rattle videos and it wasn't like that. The sound again and it wasn't the same, and now I'm pretty sure it's a bird. I got the eggs in there. This is the finished product. See the bird up there. No, it's a squirrel that's making those rattling sounds. Oh my gosh.
The video begins with serene mountain views and Sydney sharing her plans to camp near the Salmon River before hiking to Alpine Lake. The weather looks calm, but the snow on the peaks hints at what's coming. She stops to read an old roadside sign, a brief history of the region once explored by Lewis and Clark, before setting up camp and performing light stretches and yoga. Everything feels peaceful. As evening falls, Sydney prepares dinner, boiling ramen and vegetables. But the quiet is broken when her gas stove sputters out mid-cook. Then from the trees nearby, she hears a strange rustling, a sound she mistakes for a rattlesnake. Holding her breath, she scans the brush only to realize it's not what she thought. The sound fades as quickly as it came.
I'm definitely second guessing whether I should be doing this right now because the sky is really dark. No, the mountains seem like they're getting blocked. So it's raining actually. I think I'm gonna go find a hot spring or something. That is hot, really hot. Ow, bitch. No, it's cold. We have plan B. Attempt number 2. This one looks to be a little bit more official. Yeah, that's warm. I don't have high hopes for this. Lukewarm at best. I almost just fell in. So the things that I've learned from going to the Sawtooths in early May is that nothing is like open. I mean, let me just say this. Nothing is like usable. Like all the trails are snowed over. The hot springs are full from snow melt. So like it's lukewarm. It's only warm here, a little. I'm in one of the most beautiful places in the United States and I can't use the hot spring. because it's overflowing from snow melt, so it's cold.
The next morning, Sydney plans to hike toward Alpine Lake, but snow still covers much of the trail. She changes her route, wandering along a lighter path as dark clouds begin to roll in. Soon, the rain starts. The temperature drops, and the forest grows eerily silent. Hoping to relax, she heads toward a natural hot spring, but the water is cold, mixed with snowmelt. She finds another spring, only to face the same disappointment. Both pools, once steaming, are now icy and lifeless. Through her voice, you can hear frustration, but also unease. She admits that early May might not be safe for camping here. As the day ends, she cooks a quiet breakfast spot's a lone deer on the ridge and mentions seeing Boise next on her route. Yet her tone shifts relief mixed with exhaustion, as if she's just ready to leave. Viewers noticed a quiet tension beneath her calm voice. Locals warned that May in Idaho still feels like winter cold, unstable, and unpredictable. Others wondered if she'd captured something nature never meant to be seen. Was Sydney just unlucky with the weather? Or did the mountains want her gone? Whatever it was, she never returned in May again. Uploaded on October 4th, 2025 by YouTuber Alexa Rivera, the video exploring abandoned stores from my childhood marked a rare shift from her usual upbeat tone. Known for comedy challenges and vlogs, Alexa and her friend Ashton set out to explore forgotten places, amusement parks, diners, and gas stations left to rot. But what they found wasn't comforting, it was haunting.
So this amusement park closed down in 2015 because of too many ride malfunctions. We're way inside, and I couldn't help but feel uneasy about this place. Once filled with kids and fun, now sits completely empty, quiet, and probably haunted. These rides are still in decent condition. Okay, check this out. There is still water in the seats.
They still have the card reader that you use to swipe the cards to get on the ride.
Wow. That's what's so crazy about this place, is most of the things are like still intact, even though it's been 10 years since it closed down. Normally parks have like a fun and lively vibe, but this one feels so dead and creepy, and I don't like it here.
Look at them.
They're in like perfect condition.
Oh my god, wait, I have to try one.
Now, Ashton, I don't know why I find this a little bit creepy, but they are all lined up perfectly. Ashton, do you hear that?
Yeah. What is that?
The AC unit is still on.
Wait, what? Why?
Why would it still be on? So this used to be the snack bar. You know, I'm assuming they used to sell like pretzels and Dippin' Dots and all sorts of things. And now the only thing it sells is dust.
This first aid kit looks like no one has even touched it. Oh my god, look at all the supplies.
Oh my gosh.
Anything you need.
And considering how dangerous this amusement park used to be, I'm confused as to why they never got to use any of this. These might be surveillance tapes.
There's like perfectly new cameras here.
Well, let's hope that they're not working.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, the light.
What is that?
We gotta go. That came from that door, so we have to go at this one.
Wait, are you serious?
The only thing giving us a thrill at this amusement park was running for our lives. And with that, it's time to head to our next childhood location. An abandoned children's performing arts center.
It's less performing arts and more paranormal acts now.
Yeah, so this place closed down in 2008 after the stage collapsed in 2007, injuring many kids and killing one. And some say the ghost of the dead child still lingers in here. So this was the stage that broke and injured the kids and killed one of them. You can even kind of see like where it broke, huh?
Yeah.
Right there under those leaves. I think I just saw a light flicker, and there's no power in here.
There's a whole upstairs.
Oh my gosh.
Should we go up?
Okay, right when we got up here, like, I started feeling really uneasy. I don't know, I just got this really bad feeling all of a sudden. And just when I thought I couldn't get any more scared, what? What?
The curtain just moved.
The video began at an amusement park closed since 2015, its rides still intact, seats coated in grime, and ticket machines frozen in place. What was once filled with laughter now echoed with silence. Inside the snack bar, Alexa spotted a faint light flicker in the back room. Moments later, she and Ashton decided to leave. Their next destination took them all the way to Baltimore to a children's performing arts center abandoned after a stage collapse in 2007. The accident had left several injured and one child dead. Inside, water dripped from a cracked ceiling, and overturned chairs littered the aisles. The air was heavy, the silence unnatural. Then, without warning, the curtain moved despite the power being out. The two froze before bolting for the exit.
Whoa. Okay, this feels less like a home run and more like a run home. Crazy to think that this stadium was once filled with people and probably so loud from all the cheering, and now it's just silence. And look, the scoreboard is still intact.
Lexi,
What?
look what I found. Someone left their glove.
Ew, and your hand's in it?
Yeah, but it looks brand new.
Ashton, don't you think this stuff is a little bit weird that it's like brand new?
Fine, let's play catch with the ghosts.
Holy sh**. I think they want to play with you too.
Did you put those there?
Stop. You're lying.
Wait, there's peanuts still.
Peanuts are like the original baseball game snack. This is so weird. I don't know why this is so scary to me, but there are still a few rows of chairs still standing. Oh, I'm like hearing. Are you?
Yes.
I may have been a little paranoid, but I had every right to be. This baseball stadium was nothing like what I remember from my childhood. So this diner shut down suddenly one night after a tragic accident. A fire broke out in the kitchen, injuring several staff and damaging most of the building. All right, here we go.
So this is like the kitchen.
I'm assuming that this area was the kitchen because that is the backing of a stove. And you can also see so many burn marks. If you remember, there was a fire that happened from inside the kitchen.
I mean, look at this. There's literally still a coffee mug here. There's like,
Oh, those fish?
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
That's a snake skin.
Holy it is.
Dude, there's a snake living in here.
There's more over there. Look how long it is. This table being perfectly set up gives me a really bad feeling.
Yeah, it almost looks like someone did this purposely.
I think I'm losing my mind in here. I'm just getting attacked by wasps. God, I literally feel like there's wasps on me.
I know, they're like attacking us.
They continued to a baseball stadium once loud with cheers but now overrun with weeds and dust. The scoreboard remained intact, a glove sat untouched on a seat, and peanut shells still lined the stands, as if the last game had only just ended. The wind carried a hollow echo through the bleachers. At an abandoned Denny's, every table was perfectly arranged silverware cups, even a high chair still standing by the window. Then came a swarm of wasps, forcing them to flee.
This gas station has been abandoned for over 22 years, and today we're stepping inside to see what's been left behind. Why is there one chair in there?
I don't know, but that makes it 10 times creepier. Yeah, that chair is 100% possessed.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit weird in here now.
Like the freezer's not even on, and I have the chills.
It's getting creepy.
This is less like a gas station and more like a ghost station. I keep hearing noises, and it's actually scaring the hell out of me. They know that there were these rooms inside of a gas station.
I know, it's a little bit strange. This just shows you how long this place has been abandoned. This is all rat poop. Everywhere you go, you just hear them crawling everywhere. Yeah, they're literally everywhere.
Their final stop, an old Shell gas station, felt colder than it should. Freezers stood empty, a lone chair rested in the dark. And somewhere inside, something shifted, a faint sound like metal scraping against the floor. Viewers later noticed a faint shadow moving behind them during the video. Some said it was just lighting or camera movement, but others believed it felt too deliberate, as if something unseen was watching. Alexa never explained what caused the sound inside that gas station. Though she's continued posting new videos, she's never revisited those places. Maybe some doors once opened were never meant to be disturbed again. Uploaded on June 22, 2025 by British vlogger Ads from Ads Uncut, this video follows his overnight stay inside the West Midlands Safari Park in the UK. Known for relaxed travel vlogs, Ads aimed to push his limits, spending a night just inches from lions. But as the day turned to night, the calm luxury began to feel strangely uneasy. Ads begins the day driving into the vast West Midlands Safari Park, surrounded by green hills and echoing animal calls in the distance. His stay for the night is at Kruger Lodge, one of the park's most exclusive accommodations, a glass-walled suite built directly beside the lion enclosure.
Whereas in my master bedroom, there is no gap whatsoever. My feet, or maybe even my head if I choose to sleep at this end, are literally going to be next to the lions. Oh wait, I've seen one! There's a lion! He's chilling up there in the shade. Okay, that makes a lot of sense as to why they're not all out. Obviously, they don't like sitting in the heat of the sun. So later on when the sun goes down, that should be our opportunity to have them around here. It's a shame he hasn't come down into this patch of shade down here though. That would be incredible if he was right there. But yeah, this is unbelievable. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm extremely hot. I need to take some of these layers off and just chill out for a little bit on the bed. I will have the camera at the ready, so if anything comes along, obviously I'll show you that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to chill out for about 30 to 37 minutes. I am back in the room. I'm feeling refreshed. Do you know what? I've been absolutely loving laying in that bed, looking out here at the lions. One of them's so funny, right? He keeps moving positions and he just wanders along a few paces and then he just drops to the floor like he's been shot. So that's been making me laugh. And at one point he'd had enough of being in the shade. He wanted a bit of sun. So he stepped out, flopped down again.
After checking in, he walks through the park, capturing glimpses of rhinos, elephants, and hippos under the bright afternoon sun. When he finally reaches the White Lion Lodge, the camera lingers. 2 lions rest just beyond the glass, their eyes fixed on him as he films. Later inside the room, he notices deep scratch marks running down the glass window. The staff had mentioned it before. The lions occasionally paw at the barrier, testing its strength. He laughs it off, but his voice lowers as he traces one of the marks with his hand.
That's probably about as far as my explanation of the culinary delight goes. I gave it another blast in the microwave, and I gotta be honest, that was actually incredible. Compliments to the chef. That chicken was amazing. But this is the bit I'm mainly looking forward to, the banoffee pie, which I've just fully enjoyed consuming on my swinging chair, and now I've cracked open another ice cold beer. There's only one thing left to do, and that is kick back, relax, and wait for my lion friends to approach. Mayday, mayday, the lion is on the move. I've just been doing a bit of work on the laptop, but he's on the move and I can actually hear him roaring out there. I don't know if you can hear him. He's over the back there. God, that is amazing. Look at that. You can see the scratches so clearly now. Look how many there are. Literally, I cannot wait. If that happens, I'm going to be so excited. Right, I'm back in my room now. I've got the best vantage point. What the hell is going on? Is that alright? Yeah. Right. Where were we? I'm back in my room. I've got the best vantage point of the one that's down the edge there, and I can still see the ones that are at the top. So I'm going to continue doing my work, but do not worry, we will not miss a thing. Okay, we've got one of the ones from the top coming down to join his little mate. He's been roaring at him, and that was obviously a signal to come on over.
Evening comes quietly. He warms his pre-packed dinner, pours a drink, and sits by the window as the first roar breaks the silence. Outside, one of the lions paces slowly, illuminated by the soft light from his lodge. It moves closer, pressing its face near the glass, close enough for its breath to fog the window. Hours later, the park grows still. Through the darkness, another sound, low, heavy breathing outside.
I cannot believe how close he is, look at it. Right, there's literally a lion right here. This is insane. Where's my other camera? Okay, we have finally got the wish. The lion is right there. So I know you can't see me very well, but I'm keeping the lights off in case another one comes. Basically, I was sat there, I didn't have any chance to get the camera properly or anything because he come straight past the glass. He wasn't like, he didn't come down from far. I don't know how he got round the back. Maybe it's a different one. Maybe it's not part of the 3. He can be staring at me when I sleep, licking his lips and dreaming of feasting upon my pancreas. But that is what I signed up for, and I absolutely love the idea of it, to be honest. It's going to be so weird if I open my eyes and there's just a massive silhouette staring at me. But that's the kitchen lights out. The last one to turn out is the bedroom light, and I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning, people. It's currently 9 AM, but I did get up at 4:30 AM, and I do have some incredible videos as evidence. The lions at the moment, they're just chilling up the back there. But it's 9 AM, checkout is in an hour.
At dawn, the lens catches golden light flickering across the field. A lion stands only a few feet away, motionless, watching. The air feels heavy, quiet, almost unreal. Viewers later pointed out how Ads' voice changed each time the lions drew closer. Some praised his calmness, others wondered if he was trying to hide unease. A few even asked whether the glass had ever truly been tested against a lion's strength. Ads called it one of his favorite experiences, yet he hasn't spent another night beside predators since. Maybe it wasn't fear that kept him from returning. Maybe once you've seen a lion, that closed the silence afterward never feels the same again. On February 15, 2020, the YouTube channel High Gear, known for unfiltered off-road and dirt bike encounters, uploaded one of its most chaotic videos to date. The footage follows a solo rider named Vladimir on a calm afternoon ride, until a sudden run-in with 2 locals turns it into a heated confrontation. The video starts calmly, the sound of wind, the hum of the engine, and a wide stretch of green field ahead. Vladimir pauses for a moment before 2 men appear walking toward him.
All the people are here is a very. Oh, what a nice bike, man. It's feeling very right there. There is some people. Zdravo. Kaj vi? Kaj? Kaj narobe? Saj ne delamo škode, saj sred zime. Pa trava še zmer pizda. Ja, to ne kosijo zdaj kmeti, veš, to je še lepo. Ti riješ tukaj zemljo, posebno zemljo. Nisem. Prav greš pogledat. A je tvoje, drga? Je lik moje, ampak ima veze. Ja. Ne moreš krat se tukaj fuljati. Zakaj ne? Kaj ni tvoje? Ja, mislim. Saj če ni škode, ni panike, ali? Stari. Da grem, bom jaz šel počasi, prav. Dober, v redu. Kaj vidva drugače? A sta drva sekala, a? A? Kaj? Ja, sej gre.
Their words are sharp and agitated. Within seconds, one of them kicks his dirt bike to the ground. Trying to stay calm, Vladimir picks it back up and rides away through a forest trail. On-screen captions appear mocking the men as angry, workless thugs and grass huggers. For a short while, it seems the situation has cooled down. But soon after, he encounters them again standing in his path, visibly angrier than before.
Hej, pazi kamero, proklet debil, kaj s tabo model? Pa ne včev. Si profuknen. Daj poberite se, pejte kaj delati model, kaj z vami? Človek se ne more zabavati tukaj, ali kaj? Pizdaj, bejš, pizdita model.
And his name is John Cena!
Tvoj prijatelj se pa nupa, a?
Bruh.
Sam dajte, daj umer ga pač ti magar. Čilite se. Pejt stran model, lega. Ti bejš. Spizdite. Model. Odmaknem ga, da je lahko jaz grem in to je to. Profuknem si model.
They argue about the land. One man shouts that Vladimir is ruining the grass while the rider insists he's not causing any harm, reminding them that it's winter and the ground is frozen. The tension rises as the voices overlap. The men begin to circle closer and Vladimir decides to leave. But as he turns back toward the grassy field, both men move in surrounding him. He tries to accelerate, but the bike slips and falls. The GoPro shakes violently as one man lunges forward trying to grab him. The shouting grows louder. A brief struggle breaks out, the footage blurs into chaos filled only with the roar of the engine, muffled movement, and heavy breathing. The men yell, ordering him to leave. Vladimir mutters something under his breath, starts the bike again, and speeds into the forest, leaving the chaos behind. Viewers were divided. Some said Vladimir trespassed and provoked the men, while others thought the locals went too far. One comment summed it up best: you can't fistfight someone in a helmet and armor. Vladimir never spoke about the encounter again, and the video ended without explanation. Whether it was just a clash over land or something more personal remains unknown, a brief moment of anger that could have turned much worse. Uploaded on May 16, 2025 by The Trek Planner, a channel focused on exploring ancient sites and remote canyons across the American Southwest. In this episode, Jeff follows his intuition into an isolated canyon searching for traces of early human history. But what begins as a calm exploration soon takes an unsettling turn, leaving viewers wondering what he really found out there. Jeff begins his journey at sunrise, navigating rugged terrain guided only by GPS coordinates and instinct. The canyon stretches for miles, lined with massive rock walls that seem untouched for centuries. Hoping to find ancient markings, he launches his drone, scanning the cliffs for signs of petroglyphs or pictographs.
Well, none of that turned up anything. So I think I'm just gonna go all the way to my destination and maybe on the way back explore this stuff, but that's what I'm gonna do. Lots of rock art. There's water here, so that tells me a good indicator that there could be that stuff, but just not seeing it.
After several hours, he locates what appears to be faint carvings, early traces of human activity, or perhaps just mineral stains. Still, it gives him reason to continue. As he hikes deeper, the silence becomes overwhelming. Then a sharp boom echoes through the canyon walls. Startled, he looks around but finds nothing. No smoke, no movement, only the wind brushing through stone.
So something that got me a little spooked was I was flying the drone down there, maybe, I don't know, 400 feet or so, and I heard this really loud, like, boom, boom. And it came from like up this direction, and I thought it was like a cow like stomping or something. And so I dismissed it. And then as the drone, I was flying the drone, and I heard it again. I was like, doom, doom. And trying to figure out what would make that sound. There's no trails on top of this butte right here. So I heard it from like over here somewhere. And I flew the drone over there. I didn't see anything, didn't see any cows, didn't see anything, any movement or nothing. So I'm wondering if it's like something that came from above. I don't know, but it freaked me out. Like, what can make a sound like that in the desert? So I'm not going up this canyon. It's the Drum Canyon.
Pushing on, Jeff explores a side canyon where he finds old inscriptions, names carved decades ago, like Jackie was here 1967. The presence of human history lingers in the air, but something feels off. As the day fades, he returns toward his bike only to find the tire completely flat.
Oh, thank goodness you're still here. That's the best part, is I rode out here with pedal assist and I didn't even bring down one tick in my battery. So now that I'm really tired, I'm just gonna throttle it the entire way home. So yeah, it's gonna feel great. I thought I was done with this adventure, but then something happened. Okay, so the craziest thing happened. So I got back to my bike, my tire was flat. So I was spending a couple of minutes, putting in the sealant and stuff, and all of a sudden I hear like this low rumble, and I'm like, oh no, what next? And I look in the distance and I see this dust cloud. I'm like, oh, somebody's coming. So this truck pulls up and he's like, whoa. He's like, I wasn't expecting anybody out here. And I was like, me neither. He's like, is anybody out here today? I'm like, no, nobody. He's like, whoa, what were you doing? And I was telling him, like, trying to solve a mystery. And he's like, were you hiking up any of these canyons? I was like, yeah, I went up that one, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, how far did you go up this one? And I'm like, pretty far, until the vegetation, was a little too much for me. And then he said, do you see the missile booster? I was like, what? Missile booster? What are you talking about? So I'm gonna go check it out. Thought I was done, but I have to see this, even if it's just a couple pieces of it.
The video then cuts to Jeff recounting what happened next. A man had appeared in a truck, surprised to find anyone there. The stranger asks if Jeff has seen a missile booster, an odd question in such a remote place. Curious, Jeff follows his directions and soon stumbles upon the burned remains of a large metallic structure, fragments marked thiocoal.
I see it, it's over there. I'm almost there. So random. Oh, look at that. It burned right there, right? I don't even know what this is supposed to look like. Okay, I'm like super red. Just as red as this rocket when it was blasting off. Look where we're at. Little canyon. Well, this is really cool. I'm glad we made the slow, steady leisure walk up here. It was worth it. Oh, look what I just found. Thiokol. That's who makes the rockets. Well, we found one of your top secret rockets. Oh my gosh, that stuff's in there.
So how did a Pershing II missile booster end up in this remote canyon? The Pershing II was a Cold War era nuclear-capable missile designed for fast, precise strikes. From 1979 to 1991, test launches were conducted nearby at a secret site. After launch, the booster would fall back to Earth and was usually recovered. But for some reason, this one was never picked up. It's been here ever since.
Well, why would they leave it here? Can you imagine that sound that would have made? Just this huge crash. I wonder if anybody saw it fall down. That was really cool though.
the manufacturer of the Pershing II missile used during the Cold War. Some viewers later wondered if the loud explosion earlier could have been connected to forgotten military tests. Others shared eerie desert stories of strangers who appear without warning then vanish just as suddenly. One comment read, "When you're in the desert, someone is always watching." Jeff never saw the man again. Whether he was a passerby, a former worker, or something else remains unclear. But one thing is certain: his discovery wasn't random. As one viewer wrote, he wasn't lost out there. He was led there. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.